All right, thank you for staying with us. Before we went on the break, we were speaking with strategist, policy advisor, and group CEO, global investment company Baba Yusuf, on the legacy of the late former president Muhammadu Buhari, especially regarding his agricultural policies. Ria, over to you.
First of all, Inakwana Baba Yusuf, thank you for joining us. It's always nice to have you on the show. Good morning once again. But I want to speak from the youth aspect, because during his tenure, we heard a lot that, they wanted to bring youths into agriculture. But at the end of the day, we hear that there was just intent and it couldn't stand the test of time, because even at that time, the youths that participated was not at the skill that it was supposed to be. And even up till now, we're still seeing youths hesitate when it comes to agriculture. But quickly, I just want to get your thoughts about what you make of this. Did he really do well in putting youths together in terms of agriculture?
I think it's thank you for that question. It's a national cultural issue that eroded over time. Our parents, and even I can speak for myself, in the 70s, late 70s, when we were in school and we started, even right from primary school, and when we started our secondary school, late 70s to early 80s, we knew how agriculture, I had agriculture as my subject up to my up to the time I finished my secondary school, and I know how excited we were with regards to agriculture. Even at school level, we were producing almost everything we can eat and take some things home. And over time, agriculture took a backseat because nationally, we removed our eye from agriculture and focused on oil and gas. And everybody now felt, there was no attraction, for agriculture, and that permeated into the youth bracket of today from late 80s or early 90s to date. And so there's need for a conscious effort to inculcate in our national consciousness, and our overall national development strategy to incentivize agriculture, not just from the point of view of giving people money, but foundationally, like I told you, growing up, how I loved agriculture as a subject. I chose it myself because I could see the benefit and I could see that it was a noble job to be done rather than to be seen as a job for the poor people, in the hinterlands. And that consciousness, adjusting that culture, called reorientation, is very crucial. And of course, beyond incentivization, even in our education curriculum, what are the incentives for people to actually go and study agriculture? And for those that have studied agriculture, I had a mate who attended Obafemi Awolowo University in Ife and studied agricultural economics. He's now out of the country. So we need to have an overall value orientation with regards to agriculture, not just with regards to supporting the youth themselves, but with regards to how we take, the government at federal and subnational levels take agriculture and how important it is. That is what will, engender that, love for agriculture by the youth, because the youth are now looking at, digital economy and others are the easiest platforms for them to be able to add value, and I don't blame them. We need to make it, that attractive. And then, of course, the issue of insecurity remains a big issue. For those that are interested, this is what is happening to them, and we need to be able to support them to ensure that that is being taken out of the way. The issue of insecurity is resolved. The issue of farmers' headers. I have about 30 hectares of farm here in Kuje, and I can tell you in 2014, I am a House of Fulani from the north, and the issue of farmers' header settler is an issue that dates back as far as 1860 something. We'll have a conversation another day. It's not an issue of Muslim, Christian, or whatever. It's a farmer header issue which has to be tackled. And then we woke up one day, almost a quarter of our yield has been eaten up by the cattle. So it's a fundamental issue. People that have that capital, if I had loaned money from somewhere and this cattle have taken a quarter of my production, you can imagine how it will affect me in terms of my interest in farming. So imagine somebody that's a young graduate that is interested in farming somewhere in Oyo State or in Kano State, what it will do to his morale when that is not addressed. So these fundamental issues need to be addressed to engender that confidence and trust, and for people to have interest in not just going to farm, because farm should be an economic driver for the individuals and for the country.
Mr.